G'day everyone, welcome to another Cooking in the Kitchen with Sweeney's Creek Farm. We've been able to harvest some lovely beetroots out of our garden, and so we're going to go through a process now of preserving these. So you can call them preserved beetroot, pickled beetroot. For those people that enjoy the video and would like to have a go themselves, the recipe and all the instructions will be in the description below. It's a very simple recipe. The first step is to get these guys into hot water, cook them up. When they're finished cooking, we bring them out, peel them, slice them. We have a spice mix here, which is described in the recipe below, which we then use to preserve with a mixture of vinegar and sugar. We're going to be using the Fowler's method, putting them into Fowler's jars and sealing them that way, but you can use any method that you normally use for your preserving. These beetroots have been harvested, the leaves at the top have been cut off, the stalks, we've washed them, and they're ready to go into some nice boiling water now and get them cooked up, ready for preparation. The next step in the process is to combine all the remaining ingredients, being the vinegar and water, the spice mix, and the sugar. We're going to combine those in a saucepan, bring it to the boil. Once that reaches a boiling point, we'll take it off the heat and allow it to cool, and that will then be combined with the beetroot in the preserving jars. Allowing the brine to sit for 20 minutes before you combine it with the beetroot will allow it to infuse the flavours through that brine. If you're not using a water bath or Fowler's method, you will need to seal those jars immediately. So this is a combination of water and vinegar, basically 2-to-1 ratio. This is our spice mix, listed in the recipe below. And of course sugar. Just going to get that onto the heat now, bring it up to a boil, make sure it's all combined. Last step in the process now, the beetroots have been well cooked. Just going to top and tail them, take the skin off them. I'm then going to slice them up, put them into the Fowler's jars, and then we'll use the funnel to load them up with the brine. Once we've got the brine and the beetroot in there, then we'll seal them up with the lids, put the clips on, get them in the Fowler's unit. Beetroot has been skinned and sliced and put into our Fowler's jars. You can process it however you like, whatever jars or preserving method you use. All we need to do now is add the brine in there, put our lids on, clip it, and then we'll put it into the Fowler's unit for processing. Just going to get it close to, and then just allow those, then we'll deal with the air bubbles in a moment. Next step is to try and deal with those air bubbles. We don't use a metal skewer, we use a bamboo or a wooden skewer. Just going to go down the sides and give it a little jiggle around. It helps to settle things down. You'll see a few air bubbles starting to make their way to the top. The aim, of course, is to try and get rid of as many of those as you can. Make sure it's nice and packed. Notice also that the liquid level has dropped down. Just making sure that beetroot is down there. It just needs a little bit more in there. So the jars with the slices have less air bubbles in them, and we can get them out a lot easier. This jar here are the offcuts from when we sliced up and took the outside of the beetroot off. So rather than throw it away, we're just going to preserve that up as little pieces. They're really good to throw into a salad, in with greens and even into a coleslaw. And there we have it, all ready to go into the fowlers unit now for processing. At the completion of that process, we've got our finished product. We've ended up with 3 jars of sliced beetroot and 1 with the leftover pieces ready for the salad. Just a little tip with the sliced beetroot. One of the things that we love to use our sliced beetroot for is a good old-fashioned Aussie hamburger. So if you're interested in seeing how Australians make a hamburger, drop a comment below, and if we get enough people with a bit of interest, we'll get a video put together. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. One of my favourite things to eat. Please consider hitting that like button below, and if you're enjoying the content on the channel, join the family and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for being here, and we'll catch you on the next one.